I am happy to inform all of you that we have with us Dr. Ejaz Ahmed Bhatt, who is the Director of the Department of Horticulture and is also very recently been promoted to the Director General. So hearty congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So taking this further, I'm sure you are all wondering what is this all about. So today in our visionary, we have someone who has been very dynamically instrumental in promoting, in taking ahead the area of horticulture in Jammu and Kashmir. So for all of us, Ejaz ji is basically an engineer, but he has been part of several departments. He has as much as been the Director of Education, the Assistant Commissioner of Rural Development, the Joint Director of Industries. He's been Special Secretary in Labor and Employment, also the Special Secretary in Relief Habilitation. With so many detailed and high positions behind him, obviously all of this reflects in the work that he is doing towards the growth of horticulture in Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from this, he has been part of several events at the national and international front, on the international front. He has also published a book, which is the Industrial Souvenir on major breakthrough and initiatives and success stories during 2019 and 2020 and post-COVID-19 pandemic. Apart from this, he has contributed heavily to the coffee table book, Delicacies. So with this little brief to Mr. Ejaz Ahmed Bhatt, I welcome him. I welcome all of you to this little interaction that we are having on horticulture in Jammu and Kashmir, surging ahead. I request Ejaz ji to say a few words on this topic before we enter into the questions session. Over to you, sir.
Madam Ruchita Rani, I am highly obliged that you have organized a program and preferred J&K Union Territory to highlight at national and international level. I am highly obliged. We have done a little in horticulture sector. I have joined here in Feb 2019. Before that, you have mentioned that I have worked in various departments. I have started my career as project manager in industries department. Then I worked in various departments, and with the grace of Almighty, I have got a good experience in working with departments and in visiting at various places at national level, likely Hyderabad, Kerala, and international level, Dubai recently, on the instructions of Honorable Lieutenant Governor Sir. They instructed us to visit for promoting and branding our fruit at international level. I am highly obliged to organize such a program. Thank you.
So to take this topic ahead, that is horticulture in Jammu Kashmir, surging ahead. We all know that Jammu Kashmir has been is the heart of the origin of several fruit and several products, several typical products which are agri-based and that are typical to Jammu and Kashmir. And nevertheless, for many years, for over decades, this has been happening. But in recent times, we have seen that large amount of land has come under horticultural development to the order of about 3.3 lakh acres of land has come into the horticultural arena. So obviously, this has not happened overnight, and there is a lot of hard work that has gone behind it. So could you tell us the process or how this entire thing has unfolded?
The credit goes to those officers who worked in horticulture department. Earlier, there was not so much people like to go in horticulture. They were doing agriculture, they were doing vegetables, they were doing other agriculture activities. But timely intervention of Department of Horticulture and intervention of different schemes by different governments, they take initiatives. But luckily, before 2-3 years, government take a holistic approach and holistic program of doing a high density program in whole J&K. And luckily, when I joined here, the program was started, and I did my best to do and to go ahead. Basically, I myself belong from a farming community, from a farming family, so I know this subject very well. I targeted myself, I concentrated on development of nurseries. We have about, you have rightly mentioned it, we have about 3.31 lakh hectares of land here, and 2.40 lakh hectares for fresh fruit area and 0.91 lakh hectares for dry fruit area. About 7 lakh families, 35 lakh people are directly or indirectly involved in this horticulture sector. 9% is the ratio of GDP of this sector. We have so many schemes here, about 5, 6, 7 schemes here of center and UT government. And major schemes are our capex budget, that is on 35 crore, and second one is from central government mid, that is about 74 crore, and another one is Prime Minister's development program, that is special project specially approved for J&K after floods. And for this year we have an approved allocation of 210 crore for in PMDP. In aggregate, we have more than 3 crore rupees available for development of this horticulture sector in J&K. We have developed 2 center of excellences, one in Kashmir and one in Jammu. And we are planning to have more 4 center of excellences, 2 in Jammu and 2 in Kashmir. In center of excellence Srinagar, Khunmu, we have developed a prestigious project. We have imported stone fruits and apple plants of different varieties of high yielding. They give us 4 times more production than our traditional varieties. We have planted them, and with the grace of Almighty, we have also got the fruit, and we are analyzing the fruits of different varieties here. And later we propagate and we provide these plants at budwood among our farming community. We have done about 625 acres of high density in last 2-3 years, and there are clear-cut orders from our worthy honorable Lieutenant Governor to go for 5,500 hectares in coming 5-6 years. For 2021-22, we have target of about 500 hectares of high density.
So coming
we
to the
have
high
also
density plantation that you have been talking about, it will be nice if you could tell us how through the Center of Excellence, which we are doing with the bilateral engagement with Netherlands and also with support from Italy for the root clonal stock that you have, how is it that, how is the adaptability of the farmers to this? Because I understand that these are grown in the nurseries first, which you make it, build them to a large order of from 1 lakh to about 10 lakh. And then after that, it is given to the farmers. So how is the receptibility, and how do you train the farmers to use these to get better produce? And in how much time do you get a good quality fruit like apple or so by using this high density plantation mechanism as well as the root clonal stock? Yes, sir.
First, I rate this importing of clonal root stock as a revolutionary setup by government. In last 1 or 2 years, we have imported about 3-4 lakh colonna rootstocks from Holland and Italy. That we multiplied, and we have this time about more than 12 lakh colonna rootstocks. I will brief you about rootstock. What rootstock is? Rootstock is a small sapling. We import from Holland, and we keep it for quarantine for 2 years in our public nurseries. When we plant a colonna rootstock in nursery, second year it propagate, it multiply 30 times, 40 times. One rootstock becomes 30 numbers. It becomes 40 after the end of second year. Then what we do? We shifted them. We shifted them another place, and we make them plants by table grafting. After table grafting, we plant them in another portion of land, and within 2 years, it becomes a big plant. At this stage, for high density program, we import plants from Italy, and it costs about more than 500 rupees per plant, 5 feather plant. But we are planning, as we have instructions from our government, to make plants locally. So our mission is to make more and more plants locally. Our government has approved a special nursery development program recently. Before a week's time, they approved a nursery development program. We provide 50% support to those farmers who opt for nursery development. This is from government side. Government will support farmer at each and every step, whether this is propagation, whether this is mechanization, or whether it is marketing. Inshallah, our support will be on all stages.
Mhm.
In our department, we have different sister concern. We have director planning marketing. We have MD, JKHPMC. So everyone is playing his support, his contribution to develop this sector. Our worthy Principal Secretary Naveen Chaudhary Saab is very much positive, and we get every proposal approved, and there are clear instructions, especially this year, to have 100% expenditure, so that benefit trickles down to our marginal and small farmers.
Thank you for this information, because the support that you're getting is tremendous, and obviously you are able to take it down to the farmer, which is where the actual actioning happens. Generally, we know that despite very good quality of apple comes from Himachal as well as from Jammu and Kashmir, we have been importing to the order of around 2 odd lakh tons of apple. And how do you see that with Jammu and Kashmir contributing to about 88% of apple, around 95% of cherry, and 98% of walnut in metric ton per hectare? How do we see that this mechanism, in how many years' time do you think that we can become, like Bharat can become Atmanirbhar in apple, considering that we are using the high density as well as the clonal rootstock mechanisms, so that we can become Atmanirbhar? So what do you envisage that? How long do you think it would take?
Since Honorable Prime Minister last year announced a big holistic program, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, under Operation Greenness. In that program, we have much funds available to go ahead and to improve our sector. We are on the mission to convert our since we have 3.3 lakh hectares horticulture. We have instructions from government to at least convert 50% of this area into high density, high yielding varieties. We are on it, and I think within 5-7 years, we have to face then new challenges because our production will increase 4 times. So we have to be ready for new challenges. We have to build more CS stores. We have to establish more mandis. We have to establish more collection centers. We are working on it. We are developing some mobile applications also. Shortly, we are signing an MOU with NIT, with Director NIT Srinagar for a special mobile application. And the objectives of the application is that application provides us market linkage, that application provides us weather warnings, that on that application we can book our pesticide online, we can book fertilizer online, and we can go for e-tracking of our city.
So when we are looking at the e-platform, like you said, it's most important to make it electronic, and everything is happening electronically these days. So when we are looking at the e-spot marketing platforms, like there is a platform by Bombay Stock Exchange under the name of Beam. So how is it that will be integrated along with the farmers' usage, as in where on the spot they can market their produce by registering? So how is it that this mechanism can be taken to the farmers? So how do you orient the farmers towards these kind of e-platforms? So do we have a special program or any incentives or schemes that are there for promoting it on the e-platform for horticulture?
You know, madam, recently MOU signed between government, J&K government and PARC team for taking different initiatives for marketing and for development side. The team visited various sites here in Kashmir and Jammu, and we are very much hopeful that with the intervention of that PARC team and other high level, high profile multinational companies, we hope that they will facilitate us. They will facilitate us to develop this sector, and they will also support us in marketing sector. Our government is also doing, and this year there is special provision for, and there is special focus for marketing sector. Our worthy principal secretary is very much particular to improve the marketing side also. We are producing fruits, but to encourage our farmers, we need a best marketing support. For that, our focus will be in 2021 and 22 on marketing side as well.
I would like you to also tell our viewers about the initiative that you had taken for cherries very recently. That was something very innovative. It will be nice that you could shed some light on the marketing strategy and the marketing mechanism that you used for cherries on a trial basis to Mumbai. Over to you.
Yes. Our government has made an MOU after global tendering, and company Go Air qualified for that. They give us cheaper rates. They offer us 34 rupees per kg for Mumbai from J&K airports, and 24 rupees for Delhi from J&K airports, and also for other destinations, say Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Chennai. Our aim is not only to have this cherry through air, but we are thinking to also supply the cherry through refrigerated trucks. We are also doing an MOU with Cold Store Truck Association, and we have submitted a proposal to our government for 25% support through air freight and through refrigerated trucks. And I am very much hopeful this will be approved, as we have about 14,000 metric tons of cherries here, and they are world class cherries. We have also introduced new Italian cherries also from this year, and inshallah in future this production will also increase more, and our support in freight subsidy will continue. Also, my proposal will also or my request will be to my government to provide freight support to other varieties, to other perishable fruits as well.
That is really thoughtful. So overall, from this discussion, I understand that you have very effectively put together this three-pronged approach of having to enhance the yield on one end, increase the storage facilities, and also facilitate easy access to the national and international markets, which is probably how you have initiated or how you have started by speaking of the holistic approach towards taking horticulture ahead. The work that you have done in this field in a short span of time is really commendable. And I'm sure that this will be inspirational, not just for Jammu and Kashmir, but for all such regions in India, states in India, and otherwise, where fruit production or horticulture is the basic or is one of their main thrust areas. So I'm extremely grateful to you, Mr. Ejaz Ahmed Ji, for being with us on Park for Visionaries. And for the benefit of our viewers, let me tell you, Park for Visionaries is a platform where we have eminent people with a vision for their area to take it further and help in the socioeconomic development or otherwise development of their nation, their state, their region, wherever they are. And we hope that many of us will join together to be on this platform. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. Ejaz Ahmed, for being with us here.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.